Hi there and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about the dark side of two-factor authentication, where two-factor authentication is generally considered a valuable security measure that provides an extra layer of protection for online accounts. However, like any system, there are potential drawbacks and risks associated with two-factor authentication. Here are some potential dark sides of two-factor authentication. Number 1, user inconvenience. Two-factor authentication often involves additional steps for users to access their accounts, such as entering a code from an authentication app or receiving a text message. This can be time-consuming and frustrating for some users, particularly when they are in a hurry or have limited access to their devices. Number 2, dependency on mobile devices. Many two-factor authentication methods rely on users having access to their mobile devices. If the device is lost, stolen, or malfunctioning, it can cause difficulties in accessing accounts, potentially leading to lockouts and account recovery challenges. Number 3, SIM swapping attacks. Normally, attackers can exploit vulnerabilities in the mobile network infrastructure to perform SIM swapping, where they convince the mobile carrier to transfer a victim's phone number to their own device. This allows them to interpret the two-factor authentication codes sent via SMS, bypassing the intended security measure. Number 4, phishing attacks. While two-factor authentication adds an extra layer of security, it can still be vulnerable to phishing attacks. Attackers can create convincing fake login pages or use social engineering techniques to trick users into entering their credentials, including the two-factor authentication code on a malicious website. Once obtained, the attackers can immediately use the code to gain unauthorized access to the victim's account. Number 5, single points of failure. Some two-factor authentication methods rely on a single device or service as the primary means of authentication. If that device or service is compromised, the attacker can potentially gain access to multiple accounts that use the same two-factor authentication method. Number 6, limited adoption. Despite its security benefits, not all online services offer two-factor authentication or make it mandatory. This leaves accounts without two-factor authentication more vulnerable to attacks, as malicious actors can exploit the weaker authentication methods or rely on user negligence. But to all our viewers, it is worth noting that despite all these potential challenges, it is important to take note that the benefits of two-factor authentication generally outweigh the risks. It still provides an external additional layer of security that can significantly reduce the risk of unauthorized access to accounts. Users should consider enabling the two-factor authentication method whenever possible and be cautious of potential attacks that may come their way. Thank you very much for watching. Please like the video, subscribe on my channel, and hit that notification bell. Until we meet again, take care.